Alrighty. Third time's the charm, right? If it don't work this time, I'm just going to can something. So what do we got? This is not what we want. Have we got sound? Have we got sound? Yay! Have we got sound? Yay! Okay. Sound don't sound real good, but we have sound. We don't have any visitors. Well, now we have the bot showed up. Oh, now we might have a real human, but there are two bots that show up first. Say something. So here it is, the last day of Pride Month, and the first getting into the weekend of Uncle Scam in the land of the free and the home of the slave. The bot's already gone, probably just took the link and went away. For those of you who don't know me or think you know me, let me introduce myself. My name is tommiewasserberg. I was born Thomas J. I'm not a male. I just am not a standard issue male. I never was. I'm the most common kind of intersex body variation there is, probably. No telling what was going on down there before they carved on it. My life is very typical of a boomer, intersex, gender non-conforming person, someone who's not a manly man or a womanly woman. Among my generation, you had 41%. Now I never entertained any serious thoughts of killing myself, though I have tried to get myself killed plenty. It didn't work. But think about it. I'm not even sure where to start. People are, oh, I'm straight. Yeah, well, what's straight? I mean, who's to determine that? One would think that according to reproductive biology, that the most typical set of sex and gender characteristics would tend toward heterosexuality and cisgenderism. But science has very clearly shown that you can't just bag everybody as male or female and with this set of standardized, strictly heteronormative sex gender binary characteristics of behavior. Clothing isn't gendered. That's silly. Hairstyles aren't really gendered either. Some dude wants to curl up their hair and wear high heels. Well, hey, no power to you. And none of gender expression does not at all suggest sexuality, sexual orientation. I'm basically heterosexual. My penis wants a vagina to work in. I'd prefer a masculine, somebody masculine with a vagina, but that's what my penis wants. Emotionally, I'm in my dreams, I'm somebody's wife and mother. That gets back to what am I? Who am I? And where the fuck am I coming from? My family are Eastern European Jews. Came here in between 1880 and 1935. That were fleeing from oppression, pogroms, and we thrived here. And we've been good neighbors to the Native people. Mostly out of ignorance. We didn't really realize, my family had no idea. just the atrocities that have been committed to expand the European colony here. You know, white male supremacism that rules. You know, it's corporate rule, it's fascism that's underlying the entire American reality and always has. You know, we're just it was a bunch of industrialists, the cultist industrialists. They weren't Christians. They're a bunch of fucking Masons. On they're all warmongering slave keepers. You know, I mean, okay, so they got a new kind of slavery where you gotta sign your life away to an employer and a landlord. But it's still slavery, and the U.S. has only been at peace for 17 years of its entire 245-year existence. I got something wrong there. You know, we're not. Yeah, we're gonna go free you up. You know, and then you know, what are we gonna blame for all the Central Americans swarming our border? We fucked up their country so bad. And it's all about control of the resources, human resources, the slave population, the biomass that's produced on the surface, and the strategic minerals and petrochemicals that are under the ground. This is not a freedom and liberty and justice for all my ass. It never has been. And it never will be if we continue to allow them to get away with the shit that they get away with. I saw in the Morning Wire from AP today that Pelosi's going to try and put together a new January 6th commission. And I'm sure that the Republicans are going to find a way to sabotage that. Well, let's see. I want to keep focused on pride more and equality. You know, equality is you know, we have certain inalienable rights to, you know, free speech and all that happy horse shit, but we don't have the rights to really be violating other people's boundaries. You know, this was an issue I took with Occupy. It's like, hey, look, it's public land that you want to squat on. And the same thing with the Rainbow family. You know, excuse me, for a week or so, a couple of weeks, yeah. But to do it all year from forest to forest, nah. That's not the way it was when I was running with them. You know, we were working all year at various you know, transient migratory craftspeople and tradespeople. I lost my train of thought. Any questions? Anybody wondering what I'm doing up at 5 in the morning? I'm usually up. I'm really up most days with the sun. You know, the sky starts lightening and I get up. Whether I actually roll out of bed or not depends on a lot of things. Today I was so wasted from the last few days that I just crashed before sunset. The sun was still up when I laid down, and I didn't get up until 4 in the morning. So I've been up for a little while. I just getting bored. This is what it was. You know, my Facebook is blocked, so there's nothing I can do there. And another message board and Kiwi farms are just time-wasting places to begin with. And I didn't want to waste much time there. Wow. Crazy. I don't even, I hardly looked at this story at all. The condo that collapsed in Florida. It just fell apart. Damn. Oh, wow. People still buried in it. Yeah, this was corrosion. The building was built in 1979, and there was a structural field survey carried out in 2018. Nobody knows what the trigger was. Something triggered it. There was corrosion that weakened the structure, but they're looking for what caused it to fall down. In previous collapses, they found errors. There was one here, Harbor Key condominium in Cocoa Beach in 1981. Found out that it had been designed by two retired NASA engineers instead of engineers who specialize in building design. And they made basic blunders in designing the reinforced concrete, particularly with regards to concrete slabs and columns and the critical connections between them. There were a lot. It was a bad one. It's one of the worst ever. Not finding, not too many people up at this hour of the day, huh? I should go and cause some problems, or just let them know I'm screaming. Just let the Kiwis know I'm screaming. So I don't know what I was wanting to talk about. Equality and how we as individuals can see how that's going to go together either. I don't work from a script, and my mind is all over the box sometimes. The focus here is on gender nonconformance, on people that just are outside their expression. The personal expression is outside this heteronormative cisgender binary, or sex gender binary. It's okay. People should be able to express their individuality. And this is where equality comes in. When you force a person into a specific gender role, that they have to live up to your expectations in terms of like grooming, attire, behavior. That's a weight on their consciousness where they are having to like override their instincts to conform to your demands on their being. And, you know, this whole notion of might makes right, and it's okay to impose your will violently on somebody else without their consent is what has the world in the state that it's in, which is like most people are like totally oppressed and living in ways they don't want to be living. And then there's, you know, as you go up the ladder, you've got this elitism, and people who are just like preying. You know, you got this predator class, parasitic class of people that are just preying on everybody else's blood, sweat, and tears. And we've allowed it to go on for millennia. This is nothing new. The only thing that's really changed much over thousands of years is the sophistication of population management methodology and the efficacy of the implements of mass murder. Nothing else really changed. It's all church-state fiefdoms controlled by like these religious nationalists who are in a constant state of conflict over world domination. The imperialist Islamists and the imperialist Judeo-Christians have kept the world in perpetual war for 1,500 years. How do we stop this? Good question. Rainbow hippies say just don't participate. BDS, boycott, divest, sanction. Unplug, get off the grid, reduce your carbon footprint to as little as you possibly can, and put more carbon back in the soil than you take out of it. Real simple way to live with the world. The actual rules for living in harmony with the planet are very, very simple. My ancestors laid them out from Genesis, what? 3? Something like that, where it'd be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and have dominion over the creature and all that happy shit. We haven't done it. Rabbi Benstock used to talk, had a lecture he did about the difference between dominion and domination. You know, this I think my dad called it the benevolent dictator. The Vlad Dracul, you know, the Vlad the Impalers that you know were just like brutal on the enemies of the people, but took good care of the people. I guess we got to be our own benevolent dictators. No, we have to, you know, and this is why my life has been as difficult as it has been, because there are just a certain amount of compromise I was unwilling to make towards, you know, the way I acted in the world. I refused to lie, steal, and cheat for a living. So I never was very, you know, I never had a place in the corporate world. And I tried to work in medical research, but there was just too much animal torture around me. I couldn't stand it. I've got a nice niche. You know, I do what I do, which is, boy, I don't like to focus. Let's focus on the other side. Of course, there's only one person watching, and that person is not identifying themselves. Well, okay, now I'm in focus again. I have my niece. I'm a life scientist by training and experience. I mean, this is what I grew up with. My grandfather asked me what I wanted for Christmas when I was like 4. And I said, I want a fish tank. And by the time I was like graduated high school, my whole room was full of fish tanks. And then after high school, through college and beyond, I worked in the tropical fish industry in wholesale houses, in retail stores, wholesale houses, and a farm in Florida for a little while. I was never very good at music, but I liked playing it.
I enjoy playing with others, and I enjoy getting people up and dancing and singing. I never expected to make a living at it, and I have no desire to be a big star. Like I said, I enjoy my needs. I go out on a street corner and blow and make money and have conversations, meet people, and fill some time with green energy in my pocket. Same thing with the stones. I started out wrapping quartz crystals and learned a lot about the transformational potentials of stones used within our own biomagnetic sphere and directed by our conscious will, utilizing the physical and chemical nature of the stone to amplify and enhance our own directed mental energies. And I've got a nice selection of stone. People dig the shit out of it. People buy it. And I have a comfortable place. Unfortunately, I have a dope fiend next door that almost certainly broke in here and took, just walked in. The doors are being locked. The doors are being locked when I go to sleep, at least. Just gotta get into that habit. Yes, where that's at. Second time somebody's walked in here. Well, it was the other place, and I was awake when it happened. I was in the front, and they went in the back, and I heard them, but they got away. Actually, what it was somebody came to the front door while his friends went in the backyard. That's what happened. And they got all the way into the house and snatched my horn. And then I chased them down the street, and then I identified the guy, the cops, and they didn't do a fucking dick. No, that's because I'm a transgender person, and automatically in their minds I'm mentally unstable, and therefore I'm not a credible witness to anything. That's a big part of my complaint with them not doing anything and filing 5 falsified petitions on me. Or was it 6? I forget. I have no idea. Since 1975, how many times I've been dumped on involuntarily on a psych ward, and I've never been committed. Never had a court order commitment ever. Not even close. So I'm not insane. I'm just nuts. What makes me nuts is that I'm a nonconformist. I'm gonna be me. There was just so much male I was willing to do before I was like, no, I can't do that. After I finally came out, it's like it didn't feel comfortable. I've always been me. I've always been Tommy. How you see me now is how my personality has always been. My presentation is pretty gender neutral because in my heart I'm very feminine, and in my life I've not been allowed to be. So here's all these reflex pathways built up. So by the time I'm 60 years old, I couldn't just unzip the boy suit and walk out of it. It didn't work like that. So I'm comfortable in my niche. This is me. I'm not a man or a woman. I'm an intersex person. I'm an intersex female. However you want to call it, trans, feminine, intersex, AMAB, girly guy even. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a man. I'm not a woman in a standard issue reproductive sense of the term, but in emotionally, my emotions are female. I just can't relate to the aggression. I just can't get up to that level of aggression that's expected of men. I never could. That's what you want to try. Which is why I go totally berserk. I'm not gonna come in to my actual physical being and touched me in a way I don't want to be touched. I'm gonna hurt you as bad as I can, as quickly as I can. That's just my nature. I don't even want to give the idiot the airtime. And I'm not even going to list any of the things that they say I am, because all they do is when I do that, they clip it out and make it sound like I was just admitting to being that, when I'm really just describing what they're falsely accusing me of being. So I'm not even going to go there. What I admit to and how they interpret it are two completely different things. Regarding bathroom usage, you should never say never. Okay, never say always and never say never, because there are exceptions. And I generally don't use the ladies' room. In public, multiple stall ladies' rooms, I generally don't use them. This is a rule. I really don't like using the men's rooms either, because they usually stink real bad. For single stall units, and then it just really doesn't matter what it says on the door. So there's only one person in there at a time. I generally, I stand to pee, and I don't want to disturb ladies by standing in the stall of the ladies' room peeing, standing up and peeing. That's going to disturb anybody else that's in there. That's not nice. It's more fun to go in a men's room and have them get all weird about it. I had one maintenance guy at the Mercado over on Congress one day try to run me off the men's room and trying to go away. Just nice. And on the street, sometimes people will read me as male and then catch it, or read me as female and then oh sorry. It's like, no, that's cool. And I always said, when I get misgendered, I'm always trying to put people at ease, because I understand. My voice sounds male on the phone, and I'm easy to read as male because I don't dress very female. I don't enhance myself with makeup or wigs or corsets or any of that shit. This is me. Don't be old, toothless thing, bald, thin hair. Most people see me as female these days, so I don't get much. And nobody in Tucson presses it. Now you got a penis. There are very few people who've done that. What else? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Dial M for misgender. I'm not listening to anybody right now. Then nobody said anything. They're all talking about cartoons. And not much going on there. Just talking about cartoons. There's not much going on here either. I suppose if I started talking about a kiwi farm and another message board bullshit to say about, you'll get a whole mess of people just enjoying the fuck out of it. But it's not me. It's the these are video gamers. They're making up a video game. They're making me into a character in their video game. There's nothing at all resembling me. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I got no teeth. Yeah, I'm fat. Yeah, I'm bald. Yeah, I pick my nose. Eat my boogers too. Um, yeah, I got a leaky butthole. But not the extremes these people say. Yeah, so what? I'm a crazy old hippie, and most of the time I'm loving life. You know, whether I'm alone or with people. Um, I'm my own best friend, always have been. So, starve for attention, and I'm just looking for other people to enjoy life with. Is all I'm doing. I'm not starved for attention. I'm having a good time. I'm looking for people to share it. Let's see if the idiots are saying anything worth repeating. Well, it looks like the douche nozzle's been all over it. Yeah, Lurker X, full retard. That's you, man. Look at yourself, an adult who, or an alleged adult, who spends so much time denigrating me with just like conjecture, twisted logic, and misquotations. What's wrong with you? I mean, I know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with you? Can you admit to your failings? I can't. Now, normal people, nice people, are compassionate with somebody like me who admits to their failings and don't go and bully them for it. What the fuck is wrong with you? You call yourself an adult? Let's see what else is going on here. But sure enough, that Lurker asshole's just all over it, talking shit. They're talking about my inheritance. What a moron. Watch when I switch to nothing but talking about you fucking idiots from the internet. No, don't post anything here. Yeah, that's worthless. Let's go back to the AP Morning Wire. See if there's anything worth looking at there. So I'm really just in front of. I might just get up and leave the camera running and go do my dishes and clean up a little around my desk space. Is a little messy, and I need to get into my paper tray for sure. Build clean energy. Okay, your Wednesday morning report from the flip side. This is sponsored by the Daily Upside. Department of Justice sues Georgia for their new election laws. From the left supports the lawsuit, the right is critical of the lawsuit. So what? Who cares? I don't live in Georgia. Centrist perspective, who cares? Okay, that was no big deal. Incredible cameraman swiftly outruns sprinters in a 100-meter race. What's this? Where's the? This is good. This is cool. Meter sprint. The cameraman started about 5-10 meters ahead of the pack, and he stayed there. Cool. Let's see what else is in the mailbox. Bobo time. Ah, fuck you guys. Build clean energy. The path to climate resilience is built on clean energy and zero emissions. You guys gotta. No, I'm not buying in on that. Let's go for your zero emissions. I haven't had anything to do much emitting besides my butthole for the last 10, 12 years. So let's go for sequestration of carbon back into the soil. It's much more important in my mind than zero emissions. Help defeat Marco Rubio in Florida? No. Sign the petitions. Schools can transform the way they approach discipline, decrease the criminalization of students, especially criminal students of color, and urge your senators co-sponsoring counseling, not criminalization in schools act. Reintroduced by Ayanna Presley and Chris Murphy. I'm not in the mood. Maybe later. I'm going to come back through here. Equality Arizona. No, I'm not going to give you a fucking penny. Yeah, right. Survey required, and I gotta at least buy something before you give me anything. So fuck off. Oh, I need to do that. I need to take care of that. There's nothing weird about that, Caitlin. That's just a Tuesday wire. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Oh, that's right. Oh, White House is having a meeting tonight on transgender equality. It'll be on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern. Here, let's put this link into the. Nope, let's not. 7 Eastern will be what? 5 here. 6 Central. No, it'll be 4 here. For 3 hours behind them in the summer. Two more days of block. Yeah, and then here's one of my girlfriends, L'chaim. One of my main girly friends. So I don't fit in, never did, never wanted to. I do my own shit. This is a cisgender, heterosexual female, and I think she's already, I don't know if she's a grandma yet or not, but she's definitely a mother of at least an older teen. Sophie's going on about well, here we go. Here's what Sophie's got to say about it. All I have to say is I want to see proof that the guy actually committed suicide. There isn't any. Here's Sophie. I need as many people as possible to share this. And what she's sharing is a thing from Gizmodo yesterday about the worst site on the web gets DDoSed after being connected to prominent developer suicide. This is the third suicide that Kiwi firms have been tied to in recent years. That's not true. There's a lot more. And there's a lot more. There's like 10 or 12, and there's at least a half a dozen mass shootings. And there's one place. Oh, there's one person that tried to tell me about a thrill killing. They talked somebody into killing his sister. The Kiwi farms have been stalking me, spying every single thing I've done since 2014 with the explicit intent to make my life a living hell. I know they'll see this. You're murderers, you're extremist transphobes. You should all be in jail. I feel sorry for everyone in your life. Rip Near. I hope we'll get you justice. There's no proof that the person's actually dead. I guess I'm going to have to jump on this. And you know, I sent a note to a company that appeared to be connected to the guy, and they haven't responded. Okay, Kiwi Farms, an online forum best known for harboring stalkers, white supremacists, and overall being one of the worst cesspits that the internet has to offer, was knocked offline temporarily on Tuesday in what the site's operators called a paid-for distributed denial of service attack, DDoS. The alleged attack comes after the site was implicated in a recent suicide of Near, a beloved developer in the emulator community. In the final Twitter thread they posted before their death, Near, who also went by BYUU and identified as non-binary, publicly called out Kiwi Farms for making their lifelong experience with online harassment and bullying orders of magnitude worse. It's escalated from attacking me for being autistic to attacking and doxing my friends and trying to suicide bait another, just to get a reaction from me. The internet is not a game. It's real life. I'm a real person. This stuff really hurts. Well, because this is Kiwi Farms we're talking about, the site's operators chose to see the situation differently. During its downtime, the site splashed a lengthy rebuttal to the anonymous letter and Near's thread on its landing page, saying that no evidence of any harassment toward this person exists. But again, this is Kiwi Farm, a site whose toxic community very publicly drove Portland-based game developer Chloe Segal to kill herself in 2018. Well, that's not totally true either. Chloe had a lot of help from the local Portland community, transgender community. In 2016, a Canadian woman, Julie Terryberry, ended her life after being targeted by the site. So yeah, if Near and Near's close friends and confidants say that the harassment on Kiwi Farms is what ultimately drove them over the edge, it's worth assuming that they're telling the truth. Well, is there proof that this person is dead? All I've seen is just like a lot of blah blah. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to buy it until I see proof of this person's passage. There's so much fucking deception. These people live in a video game world. They're fucking projecting all kinds of denial of their own inadequacies all over everybody else. Real world, real life, my ass.
The rainbow hippies have been online since the days of DARPANet, because a lot of us were involved with universities and defense contractors back in the 80s and early 90s before the internet opened up to people. My first partners were like top tier developers. One was the lead engineer on installations at JPL. What the fuck else was he doing? I think they both worked on Hughes aircraft. Well, one of them was an assembly code writer, and the other one was a fiber optics engineer. It was like 1985. We're connecting over 9600 baud modem from an x86 desktop, running a DOS, just a generic DOS. And Microsoft had nothing in that machine at all in 1985. And those guys were warning me about Michael Dell and Bill Gates and all the rest, Steve Jobs and all the rest of them fucking greedy assholes that were just like bombing onto all the declassified military hardware and turning it into commercial shit. It's fucking Spynet. Oh yeah, there's nothing dangerous about 5G either. So do we have any visitors yet this morning? No. Anything? Nah. So what? I don't care. Doesn't matter. Good morning, whoever just showed up. Yeah, offsite bullying. See, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I get shit on the phone. I get shit in my email. I get shit at other sites. I've been run off of Twitter, Quora, and Medium, a couple of smaller places by these people just getting in there and causing problems. This is interesting. I'd like people to note that the argument that Kiwi Farms put out is that their harassment thread on the site is proof that there was no harassment. They have threads where the targets of their hate are discussed, doxed, and cyberbullying is organized. Now they claim that they did no offsite bullying because this particular thread was shorter than the average thread. Not only was it a non-apology, it also makes little sense. Had no evidence that they went out of their way to misgender a dead person just for the chance to be jerks to them. I should put that in the chatter. Well, thanks. I'm calm. And they're naturally the Kiwis got to just jump up where Tommy shows up and pet wild dog fuckers here, assholes, a bunch of fucking losers. You know, this Dutch Lord, you know, these people are they're just a bunch of fucking voyeurs. They're sanctimoniously, and they're hypocrites. You know, they're boosting their really shitty self-esteem by hating on people, and it's all like fantasy. I don't know what to say about it anymore. You know, anything I say, they're going to take out of context. Always do. You know, I'm really just a very simple person. I'm never been very, like, what's the right word for it? Promiscuous, lustful. You know, my sex got fucked up when I was a baby. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to be able to cope with all of it. You know, yeah, I beat off a lot, and I don't so much anymore because the hormones have finally calmed me. I sit down. I got really fucked up chemistry. You know, I've been itching like crazy for months. I don't know if it's bugs or what. I don't see any bugs anywhere, but I sure see the bites. Or is eczema? I don't know. I have to go see an allergist. But there seems to be some kind of sand flea infestation coming from next door in my bedroom because it's only bothering me real bad in my bedroom. So I had a bomb in there today. When first I had to get all my paperwork back in order, so I had money. I still don't have everything, but at least I got a bank card back. Okay, this guy was in Japan. This Hector Martin claims to have talked to the Japanese, and they're confirmed that Near has died. And this is from June 28th. I probably should go and track that down a little bit myself. It's still too early. So that this is not, there's no confirmation here. This is just one person saying things with no proof. I still have not seen any proof that this man is dead or this non-binary person.
for women to be able to achieve their dreams in athletics in our state. It is crucial to preserving women's rights and the integrity of women's and girls' sports. Across our country, female athletes are currently losing scholarships, opportunities, medals, education, and training opportunities. This amendment will require schools that are part of the OHSAA to designate separate teams. No school interscholastic conference or organization that regulates interscholastics shall permit biological males to participate on athletic team or in athletic competition designated only for biological female participants.
Oh well. Anybody here? No. The Kiwis are being stupid as usual. Bunch of fucking transphobes. And most of them are just like got some really serious psychosexual disorders. They're like us furries and yeah. Looks like it's time to just throw on some music and do something constructive. I don't see anything but time wasting to do here. Not furry. The furry kingdom has gone. That's figures. Reportedly dead due to an apparent suicide. Okay, well, we're reportedly dead. Where's the proof this guy's dead? codeine and guanafacin aren't really going to kill you very easily. I mean, no, excuse me. Cough syrup and codeine? Nah. Codeine and Dordan, maybe. They were called loads. And two of them we called the ticket out. Two of them with a half a pint of whiskey or something, and you're gone for good. Cough syrup and codeine? Nah, I don't think so. I'd probably hurt myself worse eating a whole bottle of valerian. Okay, here's somebody who claims to have been reporting on it at Vice. What I learned from NIR, an emulation legend and real person. Over several weeks of reporting, I came to know a person of immense talent who is also in constant, undeniable pain at the hands of the internet. Well, you know, I'll bet that the harassment against this NIR person ain't nowhere near what comes at me, and I'm not in constant, undeniable pain at the hands of the internet. I don't let them get to me like that. There is no modern gaming emulation scene without NIR, the programmer responsible for the historic BSNES emulator, which prized accuracy over performance. NIR, who previously went by BYUU Online, wanted to preserve history. On Monday morning, hacker and security engineer Hector Marcan Martin said he'd been in contact with the police department in charge of investigating the incident, confirming NIR passed away sometime on June 27th. Waypoint has been unable to independently verify this information. So far, all we have is the word of this one person and an anonymous letter. That's it. Okay, somebody wants me at Gmail. Oh boy. Hello.
Are you taking calls live?
Yes, I'm taking calls live. You are live, but it won't last long if you say the wrong thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you're calling, yeah, you're on speakerphone and my camera can hear you. So if you're going to say something assaultive, I'm just going to hang up without responding. Okay?
I'm not, I would not do that. I promise you that. I'm just doing a cold open, so I promise you I can't say anything.
What's a cold open?
Sorry. It's for the Not Even a Show. I'm one of Murky's minions, but basically I can't say anything that,
Murky's minions? See these, I don't know. You know, you're talking about things I'm completely without any knowledge of. So you're streaming also right now? Is that what's happening?
Well, no, I'm not streaming right now, but I'm doing a cold open. Basically, I'm supposed to get someone to say, let's start the show, and it's supposed to be someone that's kind of cool, and they're supposed to say, let's start the show.
I see.
My name, yeah.
So what?
My name's Nervous Ned, and so I'm sort of nervous about it. Most of the guys that have done it in the past have been more confident than me, and so.
Okay. Well, what do you want to know from me? What do you want to ask me? Let's start with me.
I just want to ask you to say, let's start the show, because then I succeed and Murphy will be proud of me, I guess.
And then what's Murky gonna want to do when Murky's show starts?
Oh, well, Murphy, basically, he gets the minions to do it now, so he just sits back. He's Frank's alone that runs the show mostly. So it's like a prank.
It's a prank show. Okay, well, fine. Bye. I'm not in the mood. Oh, well, we got more people. Hi, Nerdy Jen. What looks hot? It's warm here, but it's only about 79 right now. Yeah, I'm really getting bored with sitting in front of it because there's nothing really going on that I want to be involved in. This suicide thing there's no proof. There's just the word of one hacker. Oh, look, weed that I didn't know I had. Yay. Oh, yay. Where's my pipe? Let's put this pipe. It's right in front of my face. Let's save that too for when I need it. Yeah, there's really nothing going on. Still doesn't lock her doors. This is what I suspect. Where? Yep, nothing going on here. and nothing going on here either. Facebook, nah. Maxed at Stonewall. All the people, all the sweaty people are crowded together again. Yippee. My brother is such a coward. I'm cool. His wife works for Pat Robertson. For Tommy. Sing us a song, Piano Man. I really don't have any songs right up in the top of my head to sing. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard there. I'm without decent instruments right now. My saxophone was stolen. Let's see if I can get you something out of this recorder. The top end of it's a little weak. I just ordered a fresh recorder. Why the bumblebee? Bad chance of that. I can't even read that shit. That's too much. I used to be able to do tune-up, which is very fast also. So we did that. I had to learn that from college band. Something like that. Oh, beautiful, poor smoggy skies, irradiated grain, thy strip-mined mountains' majesty, above the asphalt plain. America, America, clouds shed their waste on thee, and hide the pines with billboard signs, from sea to oily sea. That's the George Carlin version. I think, let's see if I can remember my version. Oh, we've been fooled by fascist lies, with wars and guns and planes, with racial hate and welfare state. They've stolen all our brains. Americans, Americans, how can you be so blind? Well, now we got to come up with a new one, because this I wrote this. I come up with that like under Bush or something. Yeah, it was Bush's kind of. Well, now we got Trump. With Trump, nah, that don't work. Oh well. Yeah, there's really not much going on. Sandy Scapegoat is real excited about her kitchen for the 50th anniversary of the Rainbow Gathering. And then she posted something from 2018. So there's this Rainbow Kitchen I'm affiliated with. It's called Dirty Kid Village, or DKV. You know who's welcome there? All of us. But we cater to families with small children. We built a playground around our familial kitchen. Last year in Oregon, we made a tiny kid safe space where there was 3-foot walls, little tyke swing, and no dogs. The baby cage. Moms could pitch in without having to hold their children, aka relax and have some adult conversation while chopping veggies. My child is grown. I'm on my way to her college graduation as I type this. Super proud of you, Jade. DKB was created by younger families, most of whom traveled throughout the year and didn't feel like they exactly fit into the children's camp that had been around for a while. So enter DKB. What's the difference between us and them? Aside from us making around 5 meals a day and feeding Main Circle, come see. Last year, we started a laundry station for diapers. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, Sandy's been out rounding stuff up. She just picked up all the giant wok with a bunch of cast iron. Who's this guy? I don't know. Oh, yucca flowers? Eat yucca flowers? Are you serious? This is Linda Black Elk. She shares a lot of native cooking. She's talking today. She's talking, and as well as Black Elk's granddaughter. Black Elk Speaks is one of the books that a lot of rainbow people had used as introduction into the native way of life. Petals. Fresh and crunchy. I have to go check because there's yucca flowers all around here. Oh, and supposedly good for eczema. We'll definitely have to check into that. I'm having some real bad skin problems. That's probably interesting. Omar Barghouti giving a speech on ethical decolonization. Accepting modern-day Jewish Israelis as equal citizens and full partners in building and developing a new shared society free from all colonial subjugation and discrimination, as called for in the democratic state model, is the most magnanimous, rational offer any oppressed indigenous population can present to its oppressors, so don't ask for more. Only by shedding their colonial privileges, dismantling the structures of oppression and the laws and policies and so on, accepting the restoration of the rights of the indigenous people of the land, especially the rights of Palestinian refugees to return and to receive reparations, and the right of all Palestinians to unmitigated equality. Only then can settlers be indigenized and integrated into the emerging nation and therefore become entitled to participate in determining the future of the common state. I make a distinction between self-determination for Jewish settlers in Palestine, which I categorically oppose. Never in history was a colonizing community ever allowed self-determination in South Africa, not in Algeria, not in Ireland, not anywhere. Colonizers are not entitled to self-determination by any definition of self-determination, but post-colonialism, post-oppression, after justice has happened, then we must envision integrating the former colonizers into a common nation that can determine its future. So they are part of the future determination of the state if they are indigenized. Well, hey, let's look at the United States in those terms. The indigenous population, on the other hand, must be ready after justice has been reached and rights have been restored to forgive and accept the settlers as equal citizens, enjoying normal lives, neither masters nor slaves. Well, that perspective has been real common among the Native Americans for a long, long time. Native Americans served the U.S. military in greater numbers than any other demographic. You have to wonder why. Well, this is their land, and that is the government claiming to have control of the land, and so they volunteer to serve that government with their lives. But this whole white male supremacism that prevails everywhere is what needs to be dismantled. That we have institutionalized discrimination against all people. I never met Weird Al. I don't know any of his music, but he's cool. I like his stuff. But anyway, our entire culture is set up to favor white people, specifically white people that got plenty of money to spread around to keep themselves safe and secure and free. That's why I call it the land of the free and the home of the slave. And people just don't realize how totally colonized you are and how totally dependent on this holy writ of ownership that 1,000,000% of the population of the planet is claiming over all the real estate that contains critical resources. It's not real, and it's not sustainable. And I've been on for an hour and a half, and I'm just talking shit, and I think I'm done. My throne is calling. Happy day. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.